And welcome back to my channel for the Friday wrap-up vlog, take 4. So welcome back to my channel, everybody. I am here just kind of literally just sitting around the house and trying to figure out what to talk about this week in the wrap-up vlog. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And I actually recorded this already in a different location. And welcome back to my channel, everybody. And this is take 3. I swear, this has got to be it. This has got to be it. It's daylight out now. I've been trying to record this thing for like 3 hours. And it's just, the first take was just, after I thought about it and I watched a little bit of it back, I was like, dude, this is boring. Second one, my phone was running out of storage. I actually had to rush through the ending, and then I had to go move all the videos off my phone so I could actually do it properly. I start again and I start rambling and going all over the place, which brings us to take 4. That illustrates a point that I kind of want to talk about. Vlogging is a lot harder than it looks and a lot harder than it sounds. You think you can just pick up a camera and go, and maybe some people can, maybe they are gifted that way. Some of us have to work at it a little bit harder. It's a little bit more time consuming and time intensive because you have different takes you have to do, different camera angles sometimes that you do. I've only experimented with that a few times. There's a lot of editing involved. You know, there's things you have to cut sometimes, or there's interruptions and you have to cut that out, or you have to add music in, you have to add the end card in, different things. It's a lot of process to create a proper vlog. You could just turn the camera on, record something, upload it, and be done with it. That's how I started. But I prefer a little bit more editing magic going on. I prefer a little bit more polish on my videos these days. I've been doing this for a bit. I've had this channel technically for 9 years. I've only been active on it here and there, and mainly this year. But I've also been on other channels for the past 5 years doing, comic stuff. So I've been around YouTube a little bit. I've had some experience putting together some videos now, and I want a little bit more polish on my videos. And I want them to be, it's hard to find topics, especially when you're just a regular vlogger and you're not like a gamer or you're a cook or you have, a certain gimmick that you do. If you're just a straight life vlogger like I'm kind of being right now, it's a little hard to find topics that are entertaining, things that go on in your life that are either informative or entertaining, to share with people. My goal with my channel is to open people up to my life. I'm a quiet, laid-back, reserved kind of guy, and if you don't know me well, then I can appear a little bit standoffish. And that's not intentional. It's just I have trust issues and I have walls. It's a lot of things that added to what makes me me. It's not until I really get to know somebody that I really open up and they really start to get to know me. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this channel this way, so people could get to know me and get to know aspects of my life, and the people that think they know me can realize that they don't really know me as well as they think they do. And they can kind of get a little bit more insight into what makes Brant. And there is only one Brant. I don't care how many of us have that name out there, there's only one me. And I am the fabled Gonzo Goose, the Brant Fowler, if you will. That's what people say to me. That's what Chris actually said to me earlier tonight. We were talking on the phone, just kind of shooting the breeze a little bit, and he was talking about his channel and trying to get back to the basics of what he enjoyed and everything. And he kept praising my channel because I had a vision for it, and I'm thinking, I don't have a vision for this. I'm just trying to do something fun and trying to get out there. I used to blog, and now I'm vlogging, and it's just a little bit therapeutic for me. And again, like I said, I want people to get to know me. Sometimes it's hard because I work from home. I'm 90% of the time I'm at home. I'm around a computer and I can't show my work because it's stuff that's not been released yet. It's comics that haven't been released yet, and I can't share those pages because, well, my clients would not be very happy with that because I'd be giving away, their script, their plot points and all this stuff and spoilers, and so I can't very well do that. So, I have a channel for the Last Ember Press stuff, my company. I have a channel for the comic stuff with Comic Frontline, and that's where my podcasts go too. And I have other avenues for all that stuff that I do. So this this is all about me and all about my life and all about my interests and my hobbies and you know, my singing and, you know, just random stuff about me. And sometimes I just sit there like twiddling my thumbs, or I sit there blankly staring at a wall trying to figure out what in the world do I show everybody this week on Brant Fowler on YouTube. So here I am talking about the problems I'm having. And you know, if you guys want to see certain aspects of my life, you want to know something about me, please, by all means, comment, message me privately, whatever, let me know, because I'd be happy to do a video on that to let you guys in just a little bit more. I do keep things close to the vest, but I'm starting to open up and you know, let things out, and that's what this channel is all about. All that out of the way, now that we've got that, and by the way, I'm in the kitchen. It's Lisa's parents are away on a work thing, so I'm able to access other areas of the house to record without interruptions and you know, all that kind of stuff for a couple of days, so I'm taking advantage of it. I showed you the other side in Wednesday's video. This is the oven side, if you will. So I just figured it was nice, you know, bright lighting in here, and I could stand up, and I figured I'd have a little bit more energy if I was standing and talking to you guys. And so that's pretty much it. I'm still trying to figure out this whole vlogging thing, and still trying to figure out what you know, what aspects of my life to share with you guys. I thought about doing, like, you know, my favorite current TV shows, or my top favorite movies or sitcoms, or I thought about showing off my comic shirt collection, because before I moved to Texas almost 3 years ago, I didn't have any, and now I have so many I can't keep track of what I have. So that could be interesting. It could be a fun thing. It's just something that I'm into right now, and you know, there's been different phases of my fashion, and I could talk about that. I used to dress like Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell when I was like 15, 16, and then I graduated out of that, and I was wearing suits all the time, and then I'm wearing like button-down shirts, and now it's all t-shirts. And it's funny how we go through phases like that. And so whatever you guys would like to know, I thought to kind of balance this one out, because, you know, I've talked about all that. I've shown you doing laundry and just doing some laundry. Load 1. Load 2. Showing you behind the scenes Pokemon stuff. What goes on what the card. You can see the setup here. This is our little table setup. You get the webcam here, you get the microphone, which usually sits on the trash can right there. You got the laptop here so we can see what we're doing. Got our new setup, and that is the latest box that we opened. All this stuff I'm involved with. What to watch. I got 5 episodes of that. Gotta wait for Lisa for that one. Gotta catch up on first season for that one. I figured to balance all that out with a little bit about music. That's really the topic of this week's vlog, because you guys know that music is a big part of my life. It's a big part of who I am. I love to sing, and it was actually my aspiration to be a singer at one point in my life. And you know, life took me in a different direction, and that's fine. And now I'm happy doing what I do. I'm a writer, and I'm doing all this other stuff. I'm involved with all this other stuff, and I couldn't be happier with my life right now. I'm in a really good place. If anybody's wondering out there that knows me from my past, and you've known what kind of struggles I've been through, I want to let you guys know that I'm really in a good place right now. I'm really happy. So be happy for me. And if you're not, oh well, I'm still happy. So music. I have always loved music, and it's funny because, well, I'll get to that. Since I was a kid, I have absolutely loved music. It's been a huge part of my life. I remember when I was 3 years old, we were living in Georgia. My parents were still married, and we had just moved into a new place. We had just moved back from Arizona to Georgia again, and we were moving into this place, and we didn't have any furniture or anything, and my mom went and got Taco Bell. I remember this. I didn't have all my teeth in, so I was eating burrito, and because it was softer than the taco. I couldn't chew the taco, but I could chew the burrito, and I was eating the heck out of that burrito. And we were listening to 70s music, and my mom was singing, and, you know, I was like humming as a little kid, and that was the instance that I can remember in my childhood that kind of solidified, hey, music is a strong part of my family, my life. My mom loved to sing. She was really good. A lot of my family can sing, and it's just been something that's been ingrained in me. And I went through some stuff, and I got really quiet as a kid, but when I was in like first, second grade, I was in music class and stuff, and I was in the choir, and I was singing, and you know, we'd pick songs, and then we'd jam, and me and my cousin, we'd walk around singing Michael Jackson all the time, because, you know, it was the 80s, and we would sing Thriller and Beat It and all that stuff. And I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. He's a huge inspiration on me. I remember, like, in music class one time, they had us pick songs, and they picked me to pick a song, and I picked the first song I picked, and everybody was mad at me because they didn't like the song. And it was "We Built a City on Rock and Roll," and I was like jamming. Everybody else was like woo, and so it came around to me again. And I got to pick again. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick my favorite song right now, and it's still one of my favorite songs of all time. So I picked "Lean on Me When You're Not Strong, I'll Be Your Friend. I'll help you carry on." The Club Nouveau version, and everybody loved me then, and I was the star of the room, and it was all good, and that's actually been one of my favorite songs since, and of all time. It's a great song. No matter what version it is, it's a great song. Music has always been a part of my life, and growing up, I watched the Mickey Mouse Club that had Britney Spears and J.C. Chazes and Justin Timberlake and Christina Aguilera and Carrie Russell and all these stars, Ryan Gosling and all that. I've watched that like religiously. I watched Kids Incorporated, and I was like, I want to be on these shows. I wish I could be on these shows. And, you know, Kids Incorporated, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Fergie. They were goofy, they were corny, they were cheesy Disney shows, of course, yes, but they were fun, and it was all music oriented. And I love music, and I love singing, but I was too shy. When I was 13, I joined the church choir, and at the time we had a bigger congregation, and so our choir was like, I don't know, it was that actual size choir. Over time, it became a very much smaller praise singer kind of choir with like 5 or 6 of us, sometimes 3. It just depended. But from the time I was 13 to the time I was 28, I was in the choir at church, and it really brought me out, and I fell more and more in love with music, and that's kind of the direction I wanted to go. I wanted to sing. When making the band and American Idol and all this stuff started coming out, I was like, oh my God, I was hooked. I was so hooked. At this point in my life, I can't stand to watch those kind of shows typically, and the reason, not because, okay, partially because they just got old. Even The Voice, all those shows, they're played out. But really, the reason is it's still a little bit hard for me because I never took the opportunity to go and audition for one of those, and it's one of my regrets. I'll admit that it's one of my regrets, and I wish I had done it. There were extenuating factors to why I couldn't or why I didn't, but a lot of it was just me being afraid I wasn't good enough. That's something I always regret. But you know, what are you gonna do? It's a little hard for me to watch those kind of shows. But recently, for whatever reason, I found this show. There's this YouTuber that I watch, Kurt Hugo Snyder. He's a producer, he's a musician, and he puts together all these collaboration videos with all these different YouTube artists. And I watch a lot of his videos because I think he's a really good producer, and I love the way that he brings together all these different musicians, and I think it's really cool. And all these young kids that they're getting a chance this way, and it's just awesome, all the people he works with. And he did a medley, he did an Ariana Grande medley with these 4 musicians, or these 4 singers, and at the end of the video he said these are cast members from Lost and Found. I was like, what the heck is Lost and Found? So I went and looked it up, and it's this Netflix original show. I'm pretty sure it's a Canadian-based show. It's a little cheesy, it's a little corny, it's definitely a younger audience kind of show, but it's centered around this place called Lost and Found Music Studios, where all these kids, all these musicians, all these singers come like after school or whatever, and they have to audition to get a spot in the place, and they can just come there and produce music. And there's like all these different programs and contests and things like that, and they have access to recording studio, and it's just this really cool community of people that get together and enjoy each other's music, and it's all different kinds of music, and it's just this really cool vibe. And I thought about that, and it brought me back to the days of like the Mickey Mouse Club and the Kids Incorporated and all that stuff, and I was like, man, I really wish there was a place like that I could have gone. And you know, I would have been shy and it would have been hard for me at first, but I think I would have really benefited from a place like that, and I think that's awesome. And even though it's cheesy, I've watched all 2 seasons, every episode. I just finished the last episode of season 2 right before I started recording this for the 4th time. I think it's pretty awesome that places like that even fictionally exist, and I'm sure there's places out there, and if there's not, there should be. That's why I sing here. It's not really, at this point in my life, it's not really to get discovered or anything. It's just because I enjoy it. I love singing, and I love sharing that with you guys, and I love sharing that aspect of my life with you. And it gives me reason to do it because, you know, I'm not in church choir anymore, and I'm not pursuing music as a career. So it's a lot of the times I'll just sit here, and for a long time I didn't even sing. Which is unusual for me because I'm the kind of guy that's always singing and always throwing music lyrics here and there. It was very different for me to not sing, and so this gives me an opportunity and a reason to sing every once in a while. So thank you guys for that opportunity, for letting me share my voice with you guys. You know, whether it be church songs, whether it be R&B and pop and stuff like that, whether it be original stuff, which you may eventually hear from me. So yeah, that's pretty much why I love music. I feel like it's a beautiful way of expressing yourself and getting these emotions out, and it's always helped me through different things. When I'm like just really upset, I'll turn on a song that kind of matches my emotion, or it opposes my emotion to bring me up out of it, or whatever. And you know, singing is very therapeutic for me, and it makes me feel good. And I would love to hear suggestions from you guys on what kind of songs you'd like me to do. It can be old stuff, classic stuff. It can be current stuff. It can be R&B. It can be pop. It can be rock. It can be... I love all kinds of music. I listen to all kinds of music. J.P. Cooper, I really like his stuff. He sings September Song. Apologize because my voice is a little bit hoarse tonight because I've recorded this 4 times. You are my September song. Summer lasted too long. Time moves so slowly when you're only 15. And I like Sam Smith. Oh, won't you stay with me, 'cause you're all I need. I like Shawn Mendes, which is the younger pop singer. Charlie Puth, you guys have heard me sing. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. You know, I like the New Edition, the R&B. You want to throw it back a little bit. Sunny days, everybody loves them, but can you stand the rain? I know you guys have heard that one before from me, so just little snippets, little teases. So if you guys would like to hear something specific from me, let me know, and I'll see what I can do about it. And any other kind of videos, let me know. I know this one's a little bit long, and I appreciate you guys for hanging in there with me. This was an important one for me to do. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. And please, if you have not done so far, please subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter, friend me on Facebook, check me out over on lastemberpress.com, zone4podcast.com for all my podcasts, What the Card, youtube.com/whatthecard, Comic Frontline, youtube.com/Comic Frontline for all the comic stuff and the weekly live show. And speaking of live shows, last night we did our Last Ember Press live Q&A for February over on youtube.com/lastemberpresscom. So if you want to go check that out, you can learn more about LEP. And that's pretty much it for this video. And you're saying, thank you, this was a really long one, we're ready to go. So either way, I appreciate you hanging in there with me. And until next time, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Be good. Bye. Let sleeping dogs lie? I guess so.